Good morning, students. This is a revision video for the chapter The Browning Version. Children, in this revision video, we are going to discuss some important questions and their answers. And first of all, let's start with the NCERT textbook questions. So, the first question is comment on the attitude shown by Taplow towards Crocker Harris. So, as you know that Taplow was a young boy and Crocker Harris a very strict teacher. And still Taplow was respectful towards Mr. Crocker Harris and he likes him for his principles. He criticizes him for being a feelingless person yet regards him an extraordinary master. You know, the Frank, the other teacher, was also there, but the Taplow follows Frank when he asks to mimic like Crocker Harris. He mimics like Crocker Harris, but still he regards Crocker Harris as an extraordinary master. He is mortally afraid of him and dare not cut the extra work even on the last day of the term. Means Taplow was so much in terror that even at the last day he was not able to just refuse the work given by Crocker Harris. Next is, does Frank seem to encourage Taplow's comments on Crocker Harris? So its answer is yes, Frank seems to encourage Taplow's comments on Crocker Harris. You know, he shows appreciation for Taplow's imitation of Mr. Crocker Harris. Imitation means, children, copying. You know, once Frank asked Taplow to speak the dialogues of Mr. Crocker Harris in his voice. So Taplow did the imitation. And that's why he encourages Taplow to comment on Crocker Harris. And he asks Taplow to repeat it. On another occasion, Frank tells Taplow that not to keep a good joke narrated in the style of Mr. Crocker Harris to himself but to tell it to others. Next question is, what do you gather about Crocker Harris from the play? So it's very clear, Crocker Harris was a stern, strict master who is a man of principles and he sticks to his rules. And he believes in fair assessment of his students and is not swayed by emotions, as the man is hardly human. So he used to assess his students on the basis of their performance, not on the basis of any emotional attachment with their students. He was a very strict teacher and a very disciplinarian as well as a man of principle. He is not a sadist but a strict in performance of his duties. Even on his last day at school, when he is over busy in his own affairs, he does not neglect his duty towards his students. Now, some other questions are like that. Talking about teachers among friends. I think, children, this is a habit among every student. No one can say that he or she does not talk about the teacher among the friends. So, let's discuss this comment. This remark. Children, commenting on the teachers is something that most students do, and students are quite intelligent and keen observers. Teachers are their role models and the students judge their performance not only on the basis of their mastery over the subject but also by their method of teaching, communication skills, interaction with the students and their general nature and behavior. Teachers must not feel offended to learn the nickname of their dear students have showered upon them. So children, generally you also keep the nickname of your teachers. The same happens with everyone. Teachers may sometimes think that the boys don't understand anything, but this is wrong. Talking about teachers among friends is a favorite pastime of students. Usually that students discuss the way of their walking, the way of their talking, the expressions they use while scolding and the expression they use while cheering up any child. So all these things are a pastime for students. They appreciate their virtues and condemn their shortcomings. So as every person has a positive side and as well as a negative side, so students, they pass remark on the shortcomings and they appreciate the good things among the teachers. Every strict persons with the love and admiration of students if they are man of principles. So it's not being a teacher, it's not like that you are very lovable all the time. No, you should be a man of principles. When the thing is wrong, you must strictly say no, and when the thing is right, you must appreciate. But it's not like that every time you appreciate. So it is said that even strict persons with the love and admiration of students, they win the love and admiration of students if they are man of principles. Next question is the manner you adopt when you talk about a teacher to other teachers. The children, generally what happens, suppose a teacher is our favorite, so we talk to him very nicely, frankly. But when we talk about other teacher who is not your favorite, and if I say that you don't like that teacher, then what do? You speak in a very irrespectful manner. So generally, not all, but sometimes. The children, let's do this question. So we should be respectful and polite when we talk about a teacher to other teachers. Normal courtesy requires that we should add Mr., Miss, or Mrs. before the name of the teacher and use his or her full name. Our teacher should never be mentioned by the nickname he, she has been given. In other words, our approach should be quite formal. The dignity of a teacher should not be lowered before another, even if the person being talked about lacks some qualities you like most. And our remarks should never be derogatory or rude. It is bad. It is bad manner to run down our teachers, and especially so if it is done in the presence of other teachers. As the Frank done this, that he asked Taplow to comment on Crocker Harris. It's wrong. This must not be done. We are judged by our actions as well as words. The other teachers may form a very low and unfavorable opinion about us on the basis of a lapse on our part. Hence, we must be extra cautious during our interactions with other teachers. So, our next question is reading plays is more interesting than studying science. So, there is a instance in the story where the Taplow likes science, but he did not like Agamemnon, a Greek play. So this question is posed over here, that reading plays is more interesting than studying science. So children, we have to discuss this thing. Science is based on the study of some facts, concepts, principles and their application. It demands cool reasoning and concentration of mind to solve numerical problems and to balance complicated equations. One has to be alert, regular, systematic and punctual. If we miss our class, we miss the link. So, suppose a physics class is there or a chemistry class is there, children. So, you must be very punctual, because if you miss a single lecture, it means you miss at least 7 to 8 days. On the other hand, reading plays provide us more amusement. Most of the plays contain a beautiful plot and a number of characters with diverse traits. Their actions, reactions and interactions provide a lot of fun and laughter and make the reading of the play quite interesting. Witty dialogues, irony of situations and intricacies of plots make the plays full of humor and quite absorbing. So we never feel bored while reading a play. Every dialogue or action unfolds something new and we eagerly wait for what is to follow next. The study of science proves dull and cold as compared to the interesting reading of plays. Actually, this is actually the children, the difference between reading science and reading play. That one has to be alert and systematic while studying science, and we amuse and enjoy while we study plays. But sometimes science feels boring when means back to back we have to find out solutions of intricate problems. Sometimes we feel dull and bad, but it's not so. When we get the result, all our dullness gets evaporated. So that's all, children. I will discuss these many questions in this video. In next video we will discuss further questions of this chapter Browning version. Till then, thank you. Goodbye.